Now that the Nier collab hype has died down and the release of 2B is soon, I think now is a better time than ever to talk about the free-to-play Nier Team stands in terms of viability and if it's worth the black cards in the end. Before all that, I would like to give thanks to Doomy for providing me with most of the information and testing being used here. Also, this video is strictly here to show where the Base S Nier Team stands compared to the other teams we have now in a meta perspective. If you don't care about their performance level, or just want to collect the characters, this probably isn't the video for you. Now let's get straight into it. To start off, we should get a general idea of where the Nier team stands in terms of DPS. In this comparison, the Nier team will be up against Triple S Blast, Eclipse, and Storm in a race to kill Nozzle the fastest. The Nier team will be all ultimate with full 5-star weapon resonance, while the others will have no resonance, and none of them will have ultimate awakening. The Nier video over here will have a near perfect rotation between 3 Nier units, and the other one will have a solo A2 run. From this, we can see that the A or B rank team clearly out DPSs the Nier team despite the advantages the Nier team has in this scenario, which is pretty terrible if I'm being honest. It's like saying Triple S Astral in 21 would out DPS Base S Luna and Tenebrae, or Triple S Dawn and Arclay would out DPS Base S Veritas and Flare, which I'm sure we all know that isn't the case by now, right? Even Base S Alpha and Rosetta would be both these times, and Rosetta needs for Double S to actually shine in normal gameplay, which already doesn't look good for Nier and is bound to get worse when we consider it's bad, to say the least. In a gacha game, there's always power creep. A character comes in, they get an ample amount of time of use before the next character that does better in the role gets introduced. It's just how gachas work. Except for the Nier team, since they're not good on release, and due to them being a limited team, won't get any stronger when the event is over. Meaning, you will not be able to rank them up any higher or pull their signature weapons after the event. As we've already discussed, they're doing worse than A and B ranks we have right now, which already speaks a lot about how they would do in the content we have now. And later they won't even be viable in the future content. For example, Norman, which is essentially a timed game mode that needs 5 teams to fully complete. It isn't made for copium teams, and when they're getting out DPS by A ranks, there isn't really much of a reason to invest in them. The only real setting that might be somewhat justifiable will be Babel is the only real place that is kind of justifiable to use free-to-play Nier in. Having multiple units to choose in this game mode is always nice to have. That being said, it isn't really necessary to get 2B for Babel only. You could always run some type of mixed team and spare yourself the 11k black cards. Here are 3 general scenarios that everyone should fall under one of. If you're just going for the minimum rewards of Babel Tower, Base S Nier doesn't really matter. The rewards are very easy to get, and you don't need Nier to complete it. If you just want to max metal, this probably will help you, it probably won't. There's so many situations because of the difference in everyone's accounts to actually come with a concrete answer. So really you're going to have to decide on this for yourself. Lastly, if you want to max score on Babel, first I should tell you that maxing risk with Base S Nier Team is very challenging, but it's still doable. Assuming you have the ability to max clear a stage with Base S Nier Team, then you will definitely have the ability to max clear a stage without them. Unless you're just low on character count, it's not really a necessity. With all this being said, you probably might be asking, what do I spend my black cards on? Well, for newer players, it's better to pull Rosetta from the anniversary banner. She's stronger than 2B at Base S, to Double S via Pancage, and she's still relevant in CN servers to this day. The reason why I'd recommend Rosetta is because future growth systems are likely to improve existing physical teams more than Nier. Due to Nier being limited, you can't really get any stronger via ranks and signature weapons unlike the other characters in PGR. Even if you don't have a physical team right now, you can always pull Alpha and Rosetta and even rank them up and get their signature weapons later. Nier is unlikely to get direct future upgrades due to it being a collab team. As for older players, or players that have Rosetta, you could save those for characters that need signature weapons.